Hi guys, we're going to start doing Learning Target 8.2, which is working on, let me get that real quick. It is, I can display numerical data in plots on a number line, including dot plots, histograms, and box and whisker plots. So this is our first lesson. It's actually from the book. It's chapter 12, lesson 1. It's called line plots, which is very similar to the dot plots. Okay, so I'm going to go and follow through your notes. So I put a copy of your notes up onto Google Classroom. All right. And the first thing is line plots. It's the definition. So a line plot is a visual display of a distribution of data values. Remember, data values are just numbers. Okay? Okay, and then each data value is shown by an X or a dot. Okay, so data is shown by an X or a dot. Okay, and it uses a number line. So we use that number line and we show the data with an X or a dot. So it's a visual display of a distribution of data values. And the data is shown by an X or a dot, okay, above a number line. Okay, so get that written down on your notes. That's your vocabulary, okay, that first word there. If you need to use your textbook, you can use page 863. Okay, and that's in volume 2. Remember, you do have the textbook online, so you can use the textbook online as well. Sorry, I'm kind of at an angle with this. All right, so that's the first part of your notes. I'm going to go ahead and erase. If you didn't get this, you can always stop your video or pause it and write it down, okay? So let's go to number A. It says, Jasmine asked her class how many pets they had. The results are shown in the table. Sorry about that. Make a line plot of the data, then describe the data represented in the graph. Okay, so you've got a box there, number of pets. I'm not going to recreate that. You guys can look at that in your notes. And it says draw and label a number line. Okay, so there's a line there that you can use if you want, or you can recreate another one. I'm going to have to create one. So my number line is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, because those are all the numbers that I have in that box there, number of pets, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go through all of my data there and make an X for each time there's a number. So I've got a 3, I'm going to cross that off. I'm going to go across, okay? So I'm going to go in rows instead of columns. So I'm going to go in rows. So then there's a 2 and another 2. So I'm just making X's. I can make a dot, I could make an X. It doesn't matter. They're all called the same. A dot plot, a line plot, it's the same thing, okay? Then I have a 1 and a 3 and a 1. That was my first row. My second row is 0, 1, 0, 2, 3, and a 4. Okay? Then I have a 0 for my next row, a 1, a 4, a 2, and a 2. Okay? So that's my first 3 rows. Then my next row is 1, 2, 2, 3, 0, and 2. Make that X a little bit better. Okay? So that is my line plot and how to make a line plot. Okay? As you see there, it says step 2, place as many X's above each number as there are responses for that number. That's what we just did. Okay? Step 3, because it did say to make the plot, that's what we did, make the line plot, then describe the data represented in the graph. So this is step 3 here, down below. So we're going to say, what do we know about this data that we figured out in this line plot? Well, first of all, 24 students, okay, responded to the question. Because there should be 24 numbers in our box, in our notes on number of pets, and there should be 24 X's. So let me count just to make sure while you guys are writing this down. There's 24. Okay? All right. Then the next thing that we want to add is, what are some things that we see from this information? What are some things we can figure out? Okay? So we could say 4 students have no pets. That's 0, right? So 4 students have no pets. What else could we figure out? Okay? Well, the response that has the most pets is, and hopefully you said 2. Okay, so the response that has the most pets is 2. Okay? So in this case, 2 would be our mode, wouldn't it? 2 would be our mode. Okay? So kind of just tying that into learning target 1, we could find the median. We could find the mean, but the mode right now is pretty easy. That would be 2, right? Okay, so I think that you should be able to do B on your own if you follow the same steps that we just did here. And I flip the paper over. It's double-sided or 2 pages. And C is asking, just making sure, you can describe a set of data using measures of center as well as measures of variability. Okay, so you might want to pause the video right now, try B on your own, okay, and now we're going to C, okay, because C, we're going to start looking for the mean, median, mode, and all of that stuff, okay. So I'm going to erase my information here from A. All right, so hopefully you tried B on your own, all right, and you got some information, and something like there were 15 members that responded, no one's taking more than 5 projects, let's see, 1 member is not taking any projects, let's see, the responses most given is 2, so that would represent the mode. Some of that information. You don't have to have all of that, but some of that. Okay, let's look at C now. You're going to make a line plot showing the prices of cowboy hats, okay? And where is our information for the, oh, that is our information for the prices of cowboy hats. I guess the line plot's already made for you. Okay, so it's already made. So now what we're doing is we're taking information from our line plot and finding our measures of center. So it says find the median and mode of the data. Okay, well, mode is really easy to find, right? So let's look and see from our information. It looks like that our mode would be 45, right? 45, okay? And our median, how do we find the median? Well, the median, we have to line up in order from least to greatest, okay? So there's two 30s, so I'm going to have 30, 30. There's three 35s, I'm going to have 35, 35, 35. There's three 40s, 40, 40, 40. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 45s. Okay, this is hard when they go on to a separate line because then you've got to make sure you're getting them all. All right, 4 45s. And I don't think there was anything else, right? Okay, so I've got to find the one in the middle, right? The median is the one in the middle. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I've got an even amount. That means there's going to be two that are in the middle. 6. So probably about right here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. Well, actually they're the same number, 40. So 40 is going to be our median. Okay? So you would write at the bottom of those lines, the median is 40. The mode we said was 45. Okay? And was there anything else they wanted us to know? Then describe the data using them. Okay. I'm not sure about that. We're going to stop with that one. So let's look at 2. Find the range and any outliers of the data. So our range is going to be our highest number and our lowest number. Okay? So we're going to our range right now. So that's going to be 45. That's our biggest number, minus our smallest number, which would be 30. Oops, I didn't need to do that, Miss Sibley. I didn't need to do that. Okay, so 15. $15, right? Because we're talking about money. So $15 is our range. Are there any outliers? Look at this data. It goes from 30 to 45. Is there any outliers that are really away from all the rest of the data? No. Okay? So that would be, there's no outliers. Okay? All right, and so number D, you guys can try to do that one on your own as well. But that's how you do a line plot. Pretty easy, right? And you can find your mean, median, and mode, but you do have to put out the numbers, right? For this is your median. Our mode would be, like we said, 45. And if we had to find the mean, we would add them all together and divide by how many numbers that we have, right? Okay, so hope that helps. And let me know how this turns out, okay? Bye, guys.